you're also one of the tech developers. Can you just briefly outline maybe the core areas of your work and also what you envisage, what will come out of the KINIT work for end users like journalists?
Okay, so in KINIT we are focusing mainly on textual content, and as a part of vera.ai project, my task or tasks are mainly the claim detection and the narrative extraction. And these tasks are.
So can I interrupt briefly? Claim detection, and what exactly does that mean?
Yes, let me go into it. So these tasks are connected one to another. So if you imagine, for example, from the perspective of journalist or any user, basically, if you take any online content, for example, some blog post or any web page that contains text, our task is to extract or basically highlight the main information there, and we can say claims, which is basically the core information in that text. And for that purpose, we basically need to train or fine-tune or train the model, which means the neural network, and we need the data for it to be able to grasp the idea of what is important from the text and what is not. And for this purpose, we basically created the data set. We collected multiple data sets that were available on the internet that were annotated. We can imagine it as there is a sentence, and then there was annotation whether this is important claim or it is not. And based on this data, we trained the model, but we focused on not just any data. We wanted to make it as general as possible, and so we tried to find the data set that contained multiple topics, multiple languages, multiple writing styles, so that the content of the sentence would be structured. For example, like in a news article, it can be noisy, for example, as a blog post that any person writes without thinking too much about it, or semi-noisy, something in between. And we did this for multiple languages. Our dataset contains 10 languages, mostly European, but also other languages. And based on this data that we collected and also pre-processed and filtered and made them as clean as possible, we trained the models, and we chose classical neural networks, and also we compared them with large language models like ChatGPT and these bigger models that are a buzzword these days.
But can I come in there again? So how do I have to imagine it now? Is it, for example, a politician says something, does a claim, and then your technology can tell me whether that's true or not? Or is it anything that anybody says, or how does it work? How do you have to imagine that?
We are not really,
in action?
Yeah, we are not really, at this point, we are not really focusing on deciding whether it's true or not. We are focusing on just detecting which part of the text is important. And this is just one step in a longer pipeline that can lead to the detection whether it is or is not factual, right? So basically,
so it's detection instead of verification. So first detecting what is being said, so then your system can output. Okay.
Yeah. Before you even want to check if something is factual, you first need to know which part of the text you want to check. You don't want to check all the text because it will be too long, too much of the data.
Okay, I get
it. As a second part of the problem is the narrative detection, where we basically rely on this claim detection, and we basically are trying to estimate or extract the narrative of claims that we detected. And the outcome of it is that, for example, you have an article, you will get the multiple claims that are in the article. You can get central claim of the article, and also the outcome of the narrative extraction task would be you can summarize all the claims into a single sentence that will summarize the whole information or narrative of the text that you want to analyze.
Okay, and the time is running short, so thank you very much for this.